Hello, my name is Roger. I own about 20 different cube type puzzles. This is hands down my favorite. It's a 5x5 Mastermorphix, and this is the typical state that you solve it to. There's a lot of cool patterns that you can make with it, and that's what this video is about. The first one that you'll see in a little bit shows how this is really just a 5x5 cube with different shaped pieces on it that make this. One of the first patterns that I figured out how to do, which helps you see that this is actually made exactly like the 5x5 regular cube on the inside. The pieces are just different. So you can see again, these I switched, and then that allows everything else to be backwards. So it's just this piece, I switch them, and then I obviously flip-flop these, and this is a reverse, so that they go every other one as reversed. And it's just kind of a neat way to show that it's a 5x5 cube. But anyway, that's kind of cool. So this next time I'm going to switch and flip these and this edge piece and flip it, and it kind of makes a neat pattern where it makes a triangle. I'll show that in just a second. Third pattern. There's when everything's flat and normal, and then when they're all inside out. And then this one where you're not all inside out and you just take the edges. Instead of flipping this totally in reverse, you put this one in place. What that does, it kind of puts in a neat little triangle in there. You can't quite, yeah, you can see it there if I get the shadows out right. So you can see that. And this is even more cool when I do some other patterns. There's a pattern somewhere I figured I could do these colors separate, this color and this color, and I couldn't figure out how to do it until I actually went ahead and put it on craft paper. So I'm going to do one of those and show that next. Me actually having to graph it first. So I had to graph it on graph paper before I knew exactly how to solve it. Because when you solve the centers, these 9 here first, and then that, and that, it just was hard for me to see, so I graphed it out. But I really like the way there's the triangles as they grow out. It's not quite as cute when you look from this side, but they're still a cool pattern when you look at the corners there. But definitely from this side it's pretty cool. And then when you do the reverse pattern, or the reversing these, it's even a cooler pattern. But I'll show that in a little bit. And so that's pretty cool. The board pattern is actually not the easiest for me to do. The 4x4, it's just really easy because just do a few flips and it's there. But this doesn't work as well on the 5x5. A guy from who speaks Spanish, he does it quicker and showed how he did it. I just couldn't understand the Spanish and follow it well enough. So I have to laboriously put it together to get this pattern together. Obviously you can do it with red and blue, or you can do it with red and green, either which way, and then the opposite color. So you can get the double color on this side and then the double colors here. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to solve this one inside out with every other piece next and show you that. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool pattern. All I did was from the last one from the checkerboard, I just reversed these edge pieces from the checkerboard. I reversed all the edge pieces so that they made this triangle. The only thing that doesn't make this pattern as good as other ones is this one really should have the blue and red center. It should have the blue and red center right there so that this pattern goes all the way around. So the first time I did it this way, I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. But then I had to take some time and fix it. So I will probably fix it so you can see what that looks like. But it takes some time just at changing the centers and doing a lot of work. It's like resolving the whole thing, but it's worth it. It's one more way to solve the cube. This is one of my favorite patterns. It has the triangle. What I did is I fixed it so that this is green and this is here, so it finishes this triangle through here. So it's kind of cool with the red and yellow, and then the blue and the green. Obviously red and yellow there still. So I'm going to solve it so that you can see what it looks like with red and green, and then red and blue. Same color scheme as the last one, except for I took and reversed these pieces here. So notice that there's a little bit of an angle and a lip there. So that's kind of cool the way that works, that you can invert these. The one thing that's a little odd is that the color scheme here works, but it's not flush right here. There's no other way to get this triangle inlaid looking part here unless that's there. But anyway, that's one of the cooler ones. And I'm going to do the same thing with 4 different colors on each side. This is either my favorite or my second favorite way to solve it. You really can't appreciate it unless it's holding on the corner, because if you look here, you see the yellow center and then the blue triangle and the green triangle. And you can look at any of the corners and you can see that kind of flower pattern from those corners, and it's cool. It's a lot better when you see that small corner there. It's not quite as cool this way, but it's still pretty neat. And again, same concept there, but definitely best when looked at from this view. And again, one of my favorites. So I will do one more with the same pattern of colors, but different versions of where the pieces are flipped. Their pattern as the one before. The only issue is instead of all the pieces being inside out, only some of them are. And this leaves the triangle shape that I think is pretty cool. So, hands down, my favorite puzzle that I own. I think it has the most unique things to be able to be created from it. Obviously, there's different, what do I want to say, different patterns I'm sure that are out there to be created, but I sure like the ones that I've shown you. Have a great day.